this lane quite hard, almost a 20 CS lead right now. Maybe he can capitalize on it. Closer's on his way up as well. If they can get this kill and a Herald down, this could be a full tower for 100 Thieves. Massive play on the cards here. Let's see if they can execute it.
Level 9, Ssumday. Q cooldown gonna be so low. Closer, can he get him knocked back to the wall? Doran still standing for now. Gonna try to hookshot wall dive back onto safety. Turn the play. Huhi standing, looking to tank the tower up. Trying to burn him down. There is no way out. There is no escape. Peanut hitting a target, but not the one tanking the tower.
Chovy on the way, but he will decide to go back towards mid. FPI was matching, so Gen.G will look for this bot tier one. They're gonna pop the Herald and give all the plays over to Ssumday because I think 100 Thieves realize their bot tower is gonna get absolutely shredded right now, and they can't afford to give that up without getting a consolation prize in this top tier one. They'll get this one first.
You're always faced with a decision. Try and stem the bleeding on the losing half of the map, or just play everything to the top side where you're winning hard, and they go to Ssumday. They go to the winning lane. They strike first, finally getting a use out of this Taliyah ultimate. Abba comes in first on the roam. Nicely executed there. Rift Herald does go down before getting the charge. But it's also going to mean you probably are sacrificing setup for this dragon. Look at all the wards for Gen.G, super deep into their jungle as well. Abba gets back onto the bottom side to try and pick up the minions before Gen.G are able to answer with the towers. But again, the sacrifice is the dragon.
And good to see that lane flexibility. Abba moving down to the bot lane quickly to stop anything else going in the favor of Gen.G. For second dragon, going to be more and more concerning the later we get into the game. An ocean, a cloud, we'll see what the rift is going to be now. Mountain, not the biggest, but certainly is going to help.
And here's a look at it. Closer, Hex flashes over, goes straight for Doran, tackles him towards the wall, saves on the W for himself. Abba rides his own wall in, and it's an easy execution under the tower. Abba also taking the tower aggro, so there's no danger for those melees to get caught under the tower with Trundle next.
And that man on your screen right there, Ssumday. A lot of 100 Thieves fans will be believing in him right now because he's so incredibly strong. Made his debut in the LCS in 2017, joined 100 Thieves in 2018. Now in his fourth year, looking to put his team on his back. A lot of resources invested into him. Gave up a lot of bots. Jet Ruler's been put ahead by Peanut, focusing on the bot side of the map, but it's Ssumday that's got the better hand of Doran in this lane, facing on his mythic already. We'll be able to pressure this Camille, move from top to mid, and that's the pressure point for 100 Thieves.
And a lot of people this year have even talked about this being the best year of the LCS for Ssumday. Absolutely dominated for them. It was even a contention for MVP status for them. Had a lot of split push victories. They put so much faith into him. The Aatrox, first pick. Meanwhile, we're going to have a swap, though. Everybody else going to the other side of the map as they leave him up in a blue quadrant.
The small issue that the 100 Thieves have, though, is what can Ssumday get done with this top push? There's not really much to do because Chovy's bot, their bot lane's mid, and Peanut scouting on this top side of the map, so he can push in waves, take in jungle camps, but there's nothing they can really force with his champion. Maybe they want to put him on the bot side so he can look to start taking towers. Could get caught out here. Needs to be a bit careful.
Walking away now, will be fine in the exchange, but Gen.G doing what they can to mitigate his impact thus far. The other champion, the one that was given up so that Ssumday could have this Aatrox, is Chovy on this Azir, but it's been a relatively quiet game.
Yep.
Postured like he was going to roam to bottom lane, ultimately did not end up doing so. So far has just been farming up quietly, building a little bit of a CS lead, but not a lot else yet.
Yeah, and we just saw that kind of pay off for Chovy. He did not extend at all. 100 Thieves made a 3-person swipe trying to overload on bomb side where the Azir is. Maybe you catch him, burn a summoner spell or anything. If they could even get that flash, it would have been a big play. But Chovy does not expose himself at all to the play. So Huhi and Closer both get their recalls off. They swap back to the top side of the map now with secondary Rift Herald here.
It's kind of like a trade-off right now. Chovy will hit this mid-tier one, this bot-tier one, sorry, and he will get it. 100 Thieves are going to get a Herald for it on the cross map. They're putting all their resources topside, all their vision topside for this objective and for Ssumday to keep this push. And they will be rewarded. Ssumday will base and now swap himself down towards that bot side as expected. We'll have the TP in case a fight breaks out on the top side of the map. And he should be fine under tower. I don't think Gen.G can look for a dive. It'll be a tower for Herald trade.
It would be very big if they can use this Herald to break the mid lane tower, stopping Chovy from just sitting comfortably in the mid lane, stopping Ruler from just farming in that mid lane, maybe use the semi-global presence that Abbeddage can bring to bear a little bit more effectively. See where they do ultimately end up using that Herald is, for now, just trading objectives across the map.
I think this is a pretty stable early game for 100 Thieves. You know, they're sitting a small lead, doesn't amount to much. I think the biggest issue they have, of course, is Ruler, and FBI needs to find his mythic soon.
Root now coming out, Cleanse to follow. Lehends coming in over the wall, flash out to safety. FBI using both Sums to survive. Ult now to clear the wave. Heads up play will stop them from taking the tower.
Yes, the biggest point of power for Gen.G. Ruler, Ruler, Ruler. On his Gale Force spike, he's got his mythic advantage. Immediately goes in with the Gale Force into ultimate, forces flash and cleanse. and everything off of FBI. He uses the ult to try and wave clear afterwards. FBI does survive, but Ruler's setting himself up for a big difference in carry potential in the team fights because he'll have the Gale Force back online, plus still have his flash for it. So this Aphelios will be very dangerous. Another BF sword picked up for him in inventory as well.
What I would love to see from 100 Thieves here is just having Abbeddage push out top base and then look for ults on bot when Chovy catches away with Ssumday behind him, overload that bot lane a bit, get the pressure in there, and then start getting into this river because with 1 minute on the Dragon, they need some control. Looks like they'll go through mid at the moment. There's a TP behind in their jungle. They're going to get sandwiched here into Doran. Let's see if they can find the engage.
Abbeddage all on his lonesome. That pillar doing so much work, but they don't have the follow-up damage quite yet. FBI coming over the wall. Doran on the backside, immediately going to go in. Peanut there as well. It's so hard now for them to do anything. Gen.G looking for the collapse. Ssumday finally coming into the fight. Closer knocking at least one back. That's the hostile takeover. Ssumday forced to run away. Gen.G taking control, forcing their way into the enemy jungle.
This is the issue of going through mid. You're going head first into Ruler, and he can engage with the Gravitum TP behind from Doran. They get the initial kill onto FBI, and they get Abbeddage's summoner spells. They own this bot side jungle now.
And you could tell, 100 Thieves didn't have anybody looking at that teleport because Ssumday kind of half moved back towards bottom lane. They did not know Doran was coming until it was too late, right behind that red buff. And it's just more summoner spells off of 100 Thieves carries. They previously burned FBIs, now they burn the Taliyahs as well as Abba gets pincered here.
Yeah, Ssumday, you just talked about it there. On the map, he ran back towards bot, and as he arrives to the fight, there's a hostile takeover right next to him, so he can't afford to step into it, so he decides to run away. Knock back onto Doran. Does push him out of this fight, but 100 Thieves have to bail out with both carries, one being dead and one being incredibly low.
Okay, Gen.G have chipped away at the summoner spells, but there still is the fight to actually take place. Ward up here through the little banana brush.
Ulti missing. He's hoping to have a little bit of poke damage laid down there. Only 1.5 items, so might not have been that big. Xenoblade also not going to connect. Chovy now fishing. Abbeddage is clean. Maybe they can turn it. It's huge for 100 Thieves. Those are now chasing Chovy out of the fight. 100 Thieves looking to collapse. Ssumday, eyes on Peanut, staying focused on the objective ahead of them. Is this enough for 100 Thieves to take the Dragon?
Great stopwatch there by Abbeddage. They're in a 4v5 and Doran's been pushed out by Ssumday. I think this will net them the Dragon as Ruler goes up toward that top side, takes the base. They've slowed down the Dragon stacking. That's the first one. Team 500 Thieves, what has Gen.G done here? They're looking for something.
Getting lower and lower. Ruler waiting. Can he make his way into this fight? Chovy still waiting over the wall. Doran now going in. They're looking to collapse. Abbeddage doesn't have the stopwatch anymore. Fight 1 with 100 Thieves. Fight 2. Ssumday. Can he be the difference maker? Posturing. Stepping forward. Looking at dark play. Big damage. Can they get the Dragon? Oh! Peanut! Taking the steal. Finding the third Drake. Ssumday running for the hills. 100 Thieves. Round 1 went their favor, but round 2, it's all Gen.G.
Oh, Peanuts with 57 HP left on the Dragon. He flash chomps it. He takes a bite out of 100 Thieves' hopes.
In a 4v5, they made it a 1-for-1 and they got the objective. I wonder who made that call for Gen.G because Ruler went mid and started recalling. It looked like they were just giving up. I wonder if 100 Thieves started to relax a bit and they kind of got caught off guard saying, hang on a second, they're still fighting this.
I don't know, man. Peanut, he dodges out the Poppy ultimate with the W move speed there, then gets in just in time. So clutch there. Gen.G, they end up still getting the Dragon and finishing off the mid turret in the aftermath. Here's the play for 100 Thieves, though, trying to pick Chovy off.
TP, they need to take the crown off him as quickly as possible. They're now going to get pushed back. Chovy can still glide out to safety if he has the mana. Flash glide out, clean escape, but Peanut on the backside already focused on Abbeddage. Will get knocked back. Another TP coming in. Gen.G really looking to force the issue, courtesy of the Azir tower. They want to finish the job. They know Abbeddage is so incredibly low. He doesn't have any defensive tools left. Eyes on the prize. Ssumday, maybe he can try to get something back in exchange. They take down Abbeddage. Meanwhile, Peanut set to fall. Peanut still holding on for now. The chomp a little bit extra healing. Doran still standing. Ssumday wants to turn it. It's a fight on 2 fronts. Doran still standing strong. Ssumday getting 1. Now he looks to collapse. Red, white for Ruler, but no mana to follow up. He needs to keep the chakrams up. He needs to keep the stacks. Ssumday versus the world. Can he do it? It's big. It's massive. Is it enough? Peanut still standing. Ruler surely will fall. Close to finding the advantage. Gen.G running.
Ssumday does so much work for the Thieves, and in the end, they clutch it out. They get the kill onto Ruler.
It looked really back and forth. It all started with 100 Thieves looking for the pick on bot lane onto Chovy. They were the ones who TP'd initially. Gen.G looked like they were the ones who could turn it back because Chovy manages to escape. But all throughout this entire fight, Chovy has no mana to help the rest of his team. So Gen.G are fighting at a deficit, at a disadvantage. Yes, the bot lane of Gen.G arrived first, but 100 Thieves with Ssumday managed to turn it.
Yeah, really nice teleport here on the Azir tower from Doran to get in. They want to finish off Abba, but Abba actually gets a full combo off before he goes down, and you see Ssumday 1v2ing Chovy and Doran in the back. Meanwhile, Lehends had come around for the flank with Peanut and Ruler, and even though it's red-white guns, they charge right forward, and they get the positioning done.
Lehends no flash, that's their target. FBI gets a really good ult as well as Peanut tries to look for the peel. Ruler is just zoned away here by Huhi, who's threatening and engage onto him, so he's forced out, and by the time he actually arrives to try to do some damage, thinking about it, he gets engaged on, he dies too, so 3 kills over to 100 Thieves just for Abbeddage.
And while Ssumday is the hero of the day, credit to FBI. Against this composition, so hard to find windows of opportunity to get an MF ult off, but 2 fights in a row now. It's been massive in terms of damage output. Gen.G, though, forcing their way down mid.
Ssumday's damage, almost double his carry. He's doing so much work. Abbeddage is looking for something. He's trying to wall someone off there. I think he was looking for Ruler. No flash could stop him from being able to find an exit route. 1 minute 40 seconds on the Dragon, though. That's soul for Gen.G. 100 Thieves need to pick up the pace and find some vision.
Yeah, that for sure is a defensive ultimate there, because Ssumday has no teleport. He could not come over. He is finishing the recall. They need Ssumday if they're going to go for any of these fights.
Closer, waiting. Coming around the corner. Oh, what is the option going to be? You cannot give up this Drake. Feels like 90 seconds until a game-defining fight. Soul could be everything.
FBI has found his way back into this game, sitting at 2 items now. He's matching Ruler's items. A little bit down in XP, but he's level 11. That's 2 points in the ultimate. Will deal a lot of damage, and Closer incredibly strong on this Poppy too. Ssumday will win out on the side lane. Huhi's hovering around looking, but Doran has the flash. Chovy has TP too.
Crucially, Ruler and Chovy both lacking their flashes. Abba has his up and available. This could be big in the fights to come, especially if Ssumday can find his way into the back line.
Look at the map right now. Gen.G have invested so much vision around Baron. They have soul points. They could opt to just give away that positioning around Dragon and opt to get the Baron in exchange. You have such an easier time here in this position, and they've got so many control wards already placed around the Baron.
Abba stepping forward. Good pillar to stop any further engage or follow-up. Gen.G, as you highlighted, Baron always a potential option. Have great champions to shred through that objective.
You're absolutely right. They're leaving 100 Thieves guessing because Gen.G, Chovy's hitting this top tier one. 100 Thieves can't afford to send anyone up there because they want to contest this Dragon. They want all members down here, and they need Ssumday to get the bot push so he can't match Chovy. Chovy's going to take a base. He has the TP. Peanut's hovering on the top side. This mid wave will be really important. There's the TP from Chovy. Are they looking for a fight here, or are they looking for the Baron to push 100 Thieves out?
Doran TP coming in. Chovy TP to follow back into the mid lane. For now, Aphelios still standing strong. Huhi now going to be in trouble getting burned down before the fight even starts off. Doran to the backside. Ssumday hasn't even gotten involved yet. Peanut now walking forward. MF ult not going to have a lot of effect. And Chovy looking for the scoop, but he whiffs. Ssumday, maybe this is his opportunity. Maybe he can turn this one back. Big damage coming in from the Aatrox. Doran, as of now, untouched. Ruler in a 1v2, still coming out on top. Gen.G, the last fights were so close, but they are slaughtering 100 Thieves in their own jungle. FBI running for the hills. He gets the blast cone out, but Doran, a hook shot, a wall dive, a flash to follow, and a fancy finish.
Really clean mechanics there for the execution onto FBI, repositioning the Camille hook shot. They're going to get mid-tier 2. Peanuts doing the Dragon next to Chovy. I wonder if they can get the Baron as well. I don't think they have time to, but that was a fight that 100 Thieves decided to take. Huhi was the one who went in first, but they were so split.
Yeah, really good teleport from Gen.G to find them while they're split up. And then the Leona turning in, focusing it down. Once you get that extra person advantage, front line gone, they pick up the Dragon Soul here for Gen.G. Huge power difference. Now, look again, really good timing on this teleport to come in. And with just the pillar, Huhi decides to go in.
Yeah, it goes in next to Closer, but they have no damage to follow up, so they're just in a meat grinder of Ruler. Yes, they knocked Doran away, so it's a 4v4 for a brief moment of time, but now also when the carries arrive, I think Huhi just decided to go in because he had no way out in his mind. He couldn't run down. Doran then connects onto Abbeddage. Ssumday's the only one who can fight back here. He has the ultimate. Let's keep our eyes on Ssumday here because Doran kills Abbeddage. He gets the Q2 here. If he got a Q3 on this E, I wonder how much work could have been done by him, but he ends up falling, and Doran, clean mechanics here to reposition the hook shot.
And the struggle is, as much work as Ssumday did to keep Doran down, Abbeddage, FBI are still going to struggle so much against this Camille when they don't have peel, when Huhi has already burned all of those cooldowns in the fight.
Really hard to get through this Mountain Soul as well. See if they can clear out some of this vision. So this whole game, Gen.G have had these deep wards, looking for these teleports, constantly choosing these fights on 100 Thieves.
Yeah, now setting up around the Baron. With that Mountain Soul being incredibly strong in fights. Abbeddage, no flash, so he's using the spellbook to commit to Ghost and Ignite. Gen.G owning this vision right now. FBI, no flash, makes it so hard for him to step up, and even if he does, the Trundle pillar can stop his ult. Abbeddage.
Chovy fishing, now gonna knock him down, easy pick. Huhi, the rest of the team running. Maybe that's enough for them now to start Baron. All it takes is little moments, little indecisions, little mistakes getting caught out there. FBI has to be careful about walking forward. Ruler has the perfect guns to lock him down.
I think Gen.G are a bit reserved about Baron because of Doran's TP timer and Ssumday having it, so there is a world where it turns into a 4v4. Looks like they're going to go for it though. No vision for 100 Thieves. I'm not sure what the blue orb situation is, but if they have one, they definitely need to use it soon. Doran's now around mid, so he should be able to join his team if they decide to commit to this. Abbeddage will be not responding in time to help. There's a TP from Ssumday. Closer is just running in.
7 seconds on Abbeddage.
Got a YOLO in.
Can he get the steal?
Has vision.
Closer, can you
this is
take
going to be close.
Trying to knock them back. He has to get in the pit if he wants to stop it from releasing. Gen.G instantly though, focusing on the fight, burning down Ssumday. The major carry taken down. FBI's ult is not effective. 100 Thieves now running. If they take down Huhi, they can just start the objective again. Incredible patience from Gen.G, not willing to risk the flip, instead setting their eyes on the prize, taking down 100 Thieves in the fight.
Yeah, geez. These chases from Gen.G and the discipline. They pull off the Baron at 1800 health. They don't let it go any lower. There's no way a Poppy can get in there and solo it. Nice turn from Gen.G. Closer is alive. The hope is very slim, but...
Doran now chasing, no ulti. They've spotted him out. Run, little Poppy, run! He's trying to make it out. The flash out. He's speeding.
Zoom, little Poppy, zoom!
Yeah, he manages to get out. The problem he has there is he has no blue orbs from his team. He doesn't have a ping, so he wouldn't even be able to see the Baron health bar. It would be 1 in a million to just flash over there and steal it at the right time. So Gen.G, you talked about the discipline. 2,000 health on the Baron. I think it was 1,800. They just all peel off, knowing that if Closer flashes in, they'll deal with him. But if he doesn't, let's look for the turn. The Baron health regens and the numbers advantage in their favor because Abbeddage fell earlier on. So this is the turn onto Ssumday. Doran marking him, Ruler joining him.
Yeah, if they turn around, lots of work being done. Ssumday down to 50% HP just by Doran. He ults in on him and they get the last little bits of damage. The only hope there for 100 Thieves was if Gen.G stayed on Baron, kept damaging it, and then hope for the flip.
Hope for the flip, but Gen.G don't give it to them. They have the soul, they have the Baron, they have a very hefty gold lead, and now they'll start breaking into the base of 100 Thieves. They have to play defense mode because this bot tier 2 is getting under pressure. There's a TP top from Chovy, so maybe they actually play towards the top side of the map here. Doran, no TP either, so they're going to have to group up. Rabadon's complete, 3 items strong on this Azir, level 17 with a stopwatch. 306 CS per minute, 306 CS at 28 minutes. Siege on mid. Huhi's looking for a very long flank.
Doran stepping in, won't overcommit. A lot of tension here. Should be an easy siege for Gen.G, but maybe 100 Thieves can find a way to attack this. Peanut taking a little bit of a poke. Ulti forced out. Ulting closer. Chovy already taking down 1 tower. 1 inhibitor going to fall. A second to follow. 100 Thieves running out of time to make a play. It's Huhi on the flank. Will it be enough? Chosen for the crowd still up. Closer missing completely. Doran now stepping forward. Ssumday, the ultimate coming out. The hostile takeover. FBI not hitting anybody with the ultimate. Chovy getting knocked back into it. Might be enough. They find it. Ssumday getting the reset on 1 at least. Chovy potentially in trouble, but Ssumday no. They just got nothing left. Ruler, more power shot. Ruler is going to get taken down. Bailout should not be enough. But Gen.G looking for the close here. Ssumday. Too much pressure for one man to handle, but maybe, just maybe. Stepping up, Q1, nope, not enough. Gen.G, decisive in the last few exchanges, will take down 100 Thieves.
And the LCK champions bounce right back at the group stage. They pick up their win here versus 100 Thieves to even it up 1-1.
Clean and decisive as well, just play through bot there, turns